Yo, so guys, and welcome back to a brand new Hijomeatman news video. Today we're going to talk about Alex Rins. What is going on with Alex Rins in 2021 on board the Suzuki? Obviously, a rider, with plenty of potential. Obviously, fought for the World Championship last season. Obviously, unfortunately, didn't get the World Championship. But this season it definitely hasn't gone to plan so far. He's had a whole bunch of DNFs all in a row. It's been rather unfortunate for him. Definitely because obviously, every time he's kind of crashed, he's been fighting for the podium, where if he had just settled down a little bit, brought the bike home, would have been good, valuable points, obviously, and, he would be, obviously in the championship fight. Obviously right now, he's quite far behind. It's an awful mountain to climb. Obviously never say never in MotoGP. We did see him do a great comeback last season. Throughout the year, so never say never, but he definitely hasn't made it easy. The start of the season has been pretty awful, honestly, for Alex Rins. Obviously, them 3 DNFs in a row, crashing out of podium positions, obviously, in the Portimao Grand Prix, obviously following Quartararo and falling off, and then Le Mans, after the flag-to-flag period, pretty much the first corner he had to kind of deal with, he fell off, which was rather unfortunate, but I think he did crash again later on also, which was rather a bit of an oof, not gonna lie, but happens to the best of them. Obviously we saw Marc Marquez crash twice. It was tricky conditions yesterday in the Le Mans Grand Prix, but Alex Rins, people decide to ask questions, within Suzuki, what's going on here, what's going on, why we're not getting these points. Obviously Suzuki only have the 2 bikes on the grid, so obviously they need all the kilometers they can get, with data and that to build their bikes, and obviously hoping for strong results. They have a bike obviously with plenty of potential, but unfortunately Alex Rins this season so far has had a mare of a season. Unfortunately, loads of mistakes, and like I said, it's very unfortunate because obviously he's fighting for podiums, fighting for the race win, and unfortunately crashing out, which it is a little bit of an old habit of his. He is a rider which has done this plenty of times in the past. So it's unfortunate to see. Hopefully, obviously, throughout the season, he can clean it up a little bit and kind of regain that form that he had towards the end, or from midway, honestly, onwards from 2020, obviously, when he was fighting back in the World Championship. Hopefully we can see that form again and see both Suzukis at the front, because obviously they do struggle on the Saturdays and come back on the Sundays. It's always a little bit of a tricky Grand Prix for the Suzuki riders because they do have to push through the field. Because, like I said, 1 lap pace, they're not the best bike. So they do have to push a little bit more. That could be one of the reasons maybe for some of the mistakes, especially on Alex Rins' side of things. Obviously having to push, that little bit extra at the start of the Grand Prix to catch up to the top guys. Maybe that could be a factor into some of these DNFs. But, it is rather unfortunate to see. Obviously Alex Rins is a good rider, great potential, to fight for the World Championship, just like his teammate Joan Mir. They're both doing it last season. They both can definitely do it again. Obviously, Joan Mir, he hasn't had an awful start to the season. Le Mans, unfortunately for him, he didn't even make it to the flag-to-flag situation. But, as for Alex Rins, obviously, them 3 DNFs on the bounce, all down to his mistakes is just not what you want to see from a factory rider, obviously, in a factory team. That's not what they're expecting to see. And unfortunately, that is what they're getting delivered at the moment from Alex Rins. But hopefully, he can turn it around this season. Because, like I said, a rider with great potential. We know he goes well on the Suzuki. We've seen him plenty of times throughout this season, show awesome pace on the Sunday. And unfortunately, though, he's crashed out of 3 of them, 3 out of 5. So not great. But hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed, we do see him do a little bit of a comeback. What are your thoughts on Alex Rins? Leave it down in the comments. Do you think we'll see him regain, that form that he had towards the end of last season once again, and maybe try and claw his way back up into the championship? He is quite far behind, but like I said, never say never in MotoGP. It's always a bit crazy, with the bikes, some working well in different tracks and that. So it's all going to be very interesting. Make sure you're down in the comments, leave a like and subscribe for more content as always. And I'll see you with some brand new videos very soon.